Hey friends, it's Ashley and today I'm here with a new layout for Hip Kit Club. I am using the new September 2019 kits, and I am also using the mood board for inspiration for this layout, and it is designed by Elsie Robinson. It has some pretty rainbow colors and some florals that work well with the September kit. So I'm getting started with a punch here, and I wanted to use this pattern paper from Dear Lizzie, the She's Magic collection. And so I'm going to cut it down because I want it to be about in between 8 and 9 inches. So I'm just going to cut it along that side there, and then I'm going to punch along the edge to create some strips. And I have a notebook punch. This is actually about the only border punch that I have left. Since I got my silhouette, I didn't really use punches a lot, but I really like this one. I will use it every once in a while on layouts. I like that little notebook edge that it has. So I'm just going to keep doing that, punching some of the ends here and then cutting a strip, and I'm not even measuring. I'm just kind of eyeballing to see what that width is. And once I get all these done, I'm going to layer them over the white cardstock that I'm using for my background. So I'm just going to do this last one here, and I'll finish the rest of that off camera, and you'll see all of those coming up here finished. So I want to kind of just mess up those edges of the little notebook punch. So I'm just using my finger to kind of push those up and just get that texture and make it a little bit messy. And you can see how it kind of has that rainbow effect now that I have all of the strips punched from that paper, kind of starting with the pink and going to the yellow. So to adhere these, I want to add my adhesive to the top of the strip so that I can tuck these under the strip above. And so I'm going to kind of offset each one, just shifting it to the right or left a little bit, and just get all of those done to go in the background. If you wanted to, you could add some machine stitching to these. I didn't want to do it because I felt like it already had enough texture happening from the little flipped up edges of the punch, so I decided not to add the stitching. And you can also do this to save time, so you don't have to do the stitching because you've already got the texture from the little punched edges there. So once I have all of those in place, I'm going to add my photo next, and I wanted to pop that up. So I'm just going to use some dimensional foam to add behind that. And I just kind of press it down over those little flipped up pieces, and it works and sticks down. This is also a paper from the She's Magic collection, and I wanted to add some fussy cut flowers. So I just picked this one that was kind of going off of the edge of the page because I knew I could tuck it under the edge of my photo also, and that would save me some time on cutting. And I actually like cutting flowers. That's probably my favorite shape to fussy cut because you don't have to be precise or perfect with it. They're supposed to look organic and kind of imperfect. So you can kind of just go around, and it doesn't have to be like an exact cut. So I added some adhesive behind that and then just a little bit to the top of it so it would stick behind my photo, since I had those punched pieces kind of popped up just to make sure that it had that extra adhesive. And once I got that little cluster tucked behind the photo, I decided I wanted to do one more flower. And this one is just a white kind of single flower. It doesn't have a leaf or anything with it. And I like to do things in threes, so I wanted to have another flower there to go with that bigger cluster. And I don't pop this one up since I've already got a lot of dimension going on right there. I just kind of layer it and flip up the edges a little bit so it will have some dimension. So now I'm going to start embellishing and adding my title. These little buttons are really cute. I liked the black and white, so I wanted to bring a couple of those in and just add them there on the side with those flowers. And we also have the office hours kind of mixed ephemera pack here, and those little blue enamel dots kind of went with the color in the She's Magic collection. So I kind of put one of those over there to complete that cluster. And then I really like these foam thickers. They're white, kind of silvery sheen. So I wanted to use these over the punch strips to spell out love you. and these were really easy to put on. They stick really well. They go right over the dimension of the popped up edges of the punched pieces. And then I thought I would look through this ephemera pack, the Indian Summer, from Pretty Little Studio that Kim Watson designed, just to see if there was any little bits that I wanted to use, but it had more of like an autumn vibe going on, and I couldn't really work any of those pieces in, so I decided not to use any of those on this layout. And then I wanted to use some of these little pieces from this paper that has all of the little phrases on it, and it is Jen Hadfield, and it's homemade. And so I was just kind of looking through there to see what phrases would work for my layout, and also what colors coordinated with the Dear Lizzie collection that I already had going on. So I just cut out a few of these, and then I used my little small paper trimmer to trim those down to get the straight edges. I just tucked the little love piece there with my photo, and then this one says sunshiny day, or that is hard to say, sunshiny days. And so I put that just below the strips, and then I wanted another one to go up top to kind of balance that out. So I'm going to trim this one down also and just put it at the top of the strips. And I had a little trouble cutting that one, so I had to make sure I got all of my edges cut. So once I have that one up there, I decided to kind of just rough up those edges a little bit too to add that extra dimension. And I'm going to finish the layout with my date, and you can see the finished layout here at the end and some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed watching my process for putting this layout together. Make sure you visit the Hip Kit Club website to check out the September kits, and I look forward to seeing you next time.